Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to talk about the products that I pulled in last week's Makeup Basket Monday series, and then we're going to talk about the new products that I'm going to be using this week. So this week the palette was chosen by Diane Rieser. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your last name, but I'm sorry if I messed that up. So you picked the palette for this upcoming week that we're going to be playing with. So let's talk about the products from last week first. So the first thing is the eyeshadow palette. This was the Too Faced Country palette. I do think this is a very nice palette. It's a 9-pan palette. It's the metal packaging. I like that it does have a little magnetic closure here. The colors in here are actually very nice. They're very pretty colors. They're not over like saturated, so you're not going to feel crazy when you put them on. I am wearing this on my eyes today, so you can totally create a smoky look with this palette. You can create a more natural look with this palette. My only problem with this palette is that I don't feel like there's enough mattes in this palette, so I think if you were considering getting it, you'd have to kind of know whether or not you love mattes or if you love both or if you love more, do you see what I'm saying? You have to kind of know, because I feel like the only true matte in this palette right here is the shade Day. The rest of them are not true matte, so don't be fooled by the way it looks, because they're not all mattes. Some of these actually have shimmers in them. They have like sparkles in them, so just be aware of that. So if I were going to recommend a palette from Too Faced, this probably would not be the one. However, I do like it and I will continue to love it and play with it in my collection. The next thing is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is my favorite foundation from Too Faced. I don't know if this is the only foundation Too Faced has. I have no idea. But I feel like it's a really good foundation if you're looking for that more full coverage foundation, but you don't want to look cake face. Because like Kat Von D, I feel like is really hard to wear, because I feel like you put that on and you can totally tell you're wearing it, because like it looks almost cake face. It looks like makeup. You have makeup on your face, obviously. This one here I feel like looks a little bit more natural, especially if you have dry skin like I do. It's very hydrating. You don't have to use a hydrating primer with it. You can use whatever primer you want to. You don't have to use a primer at all. Actually, this week in the Get Ready With Me, I didn't use a primer. I just used an SPF, so you don't have to use a primer. I don't like that it doesn't have an SPF. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Other than that, I think it's an excellent foundation. For dry skin especially, I feel like it does a good job of covering my acne. I am wearing it right now and you can't really see that I have a whole lot of acne. You can tell there's a little bit because I didn't do any concealer over top of the acne besides the foundation. So you can tell I have a little bit, but it's nothing dramatic. So I think it's a really good one. The next thing is the Too Faced Sweetheart blushes, and this one is the one in Candy Glow, and then I have the other one in Something About Berry. These are actually both very, very nice. I like that they give you that little subtle glow on your cheeks. I like that they almost look natural, like a natural glow. Let me show you them side by side. Take the lids off. So this is Something About Berry. And then this one is the Candy Glow. So there's what they look like side by side. As you can tell, one has a little bit more of a peachy tone to it, and this one's a little bit more pinky. So you choose whichever one you like, but I personally love both of them. I think they look really nice on the cheeks. I think they work well if you're someone who's like me and you don't want a whole lot of highlight. You just want that little bit of highlight. You want that subtle glow. I think they work well for your cheeks for that. I just think they look nice on. I'm actually wearing the shade Candy Glow. I'm wearing that on my cheeks today, and I think it looks nice. It looks very natural, and it still has that little bit of glow to make your skin look healthy and glowy. The next thing is the Bare Minerals Invisible Light. This is actually really, really good. I was a little bit like confused, not really confused, but like indifferent about it, I guess you'd say, when I first got it from my BoxyCharm. But these powders are actually really, really nice. They're very soft. They blend into the skin very well. The one over here, which is called the Glow, it does a good job of giving you that subtle glow, that almost a glow from within, almost kind of like what Hourglass does for your skin. I love that. I like this one right here because it kind of mattifies your skin, but not so matte for me. Like I can use this and it doesn't make me look so matte that I look cakey and dry. I just think it's an excellent palette. I'm so happy this came in my BoxyCharm. This is something that I'm going to keep in my desk to be used quite a bit. Actually, I'm probably going to throw it back in to be used this week if that you don't mind seeing it again. So I really do like it. I think it's a really good one. The next thing is the Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and this is in medium to deep. Oh gosh. Just smelling this kind of makes you happy. Chocolate, I think, makes most people happy, except for my son. He hates chocolate. But to me, I smell this and it just smells like heaven. I love the way this smells. I love the way that it looks on the skin. It's not too orange. It's not too gray. It's like that perfect tone of skin, perfect tone for your skin to make your skin look nice and bronzed. Or you can use it almost as a light contour. I really do think this is a great color. I love the way it smells. Totally staying in my collection. The next thing is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I like the loose version, don't get me wrong, but I think the pressed version is so much better. And I only have it in this little bitty thing right here. These little bitty containers, almost like plasticky. I need to purchase a full size of this because I think it works really well for under my eyes. It doesn't accentuate any kind of dryness. It doesn't accentuate my pores, not pores, but my wrinkles or anything like that. And of course it does help with pores. If you put it onto your cheeks and everything like that, it will help to kind of blur your pores. It doesn't actually diminish them or anything like that, but it kind of blurs the line so they look better. Love this product. Totally need to pick up the full size of that though. The next thing that I was playing with this week is of course, you guys saw this in the Get Ready With Me. This is the Lancome Bienfait UV 50 sunscreen. This stuff is really good. If you're trying to find a good sunscreen that's going to sink in, it's not going to make your skin look oily or anything like that, this is a really good one. You put it into your skin and it almost immediately sinks into your skin. And then it feels almost like a powdery finish onto your skin. And since it's an SPF 50, I feel comfortable wearing this every day, knowing that my skin's pretty well covered. The other thing I like about it is that it does smell like sunscreen. So if you don't like the scent of sunscreen, you might not like this, but I love the scent of sunscreen. So for me, it's great. As for mascara this week, the only one that I really used was the, where'd it go? I think I lost it. No, here it is. The only one I really used was the It Cosmetics Superhero. I have tons of mascara in my little basket right here, but I'm just kind of rotating through them to see which ones I want to keep. And I know I'm keeping the It Cosmetics Superhero because this one works really well for me. It gives me the length, it gives me the volume. It almost gives your lashes that false lash effect, in my opinion. I think it works really well. The only thing about this product itself is that it will get goopy around the top of it when you're using it. The small one I've noticed is not really doing that. When I had the full size of this, the 2 times I had full size of this, it got real goopy around where you close it up. So this one in the sample size is not doing that, which I don't know why. Don't ask me. And then the next thing I'll use this week is the Clinique Pep Start. This is the eye cream. This stuff works really, really good, but you have to put it on before you do your makeup. This is something you want to do like after you wash your face, after you've put your moisturizer on. Put your moisturizer on, then put this around your eyes and then let that all kind of sink in before you start doing your makeup. If you do that, I really feel like it makes a difference under your eyes. I feel like it kind of helps to plump things up so they don't look so dry and like creasy. I don't know, I just think it's a really good product. I really do like most of the products that I've tried from Clinique lately. I feel like they have a really good skincare line. I feel like they have really good makeup. I feel like they've been around long enough that they've kind of worked out all their kinks. So I think that they're a good line. The next thing is the lip products that I use this week, and I have 3 here, I think, nope, 4. So the first one is the Too Faced Honey Infused Lip Gloss. I don't like the way this smells, but I like the way it looks on my lips. Does that make sense? Like, if I put it on, it just gives your lips that little bit of a glow, almost like a summery glow. But the way it smells exactly like honey. And if you're like me and you don't like the scent of honey, then you're not going to like the scent of it. But I just think it looks pretty on the lips. So for me, I'm just going to continue to use it because it's not like I can really pass it on. I do like it enough to use it, but it's not something I would consider purchasing again. The next thing are these 2 lipsticks here from Too Faced. And the one is in the shade Wham. And Wham looks like this. Wham is gorgeous. Look how pretty it is. I love the shade Wham. It's got a little bit of a almost iridescence to it. I love the way it looks on my lips. I think it works really well. It's very hydrating. And the other one is in the shade Nude Beach. Nude Beach just does not work for me. Nude Beach is right here. So Nude Beach is actually leaving my collection. Say bye-bye. I don't think it works for me because it whites out my lips almost. It makes them too light. And then it makes my teeth look yellow, and I'm like, who wants that? Who wants your lips to look really white and then your teeth to look yellow? No thanks. So I'm going to pass that along to someone else who might like that a little bit more, maybe my mom or someone like that who can do a color like that. In my skin tone and everything like that, it just doesn't look good. And then the last lip product was the Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Lip Gloss Oil. I love this. This is what I'm going to be using again this week as well because I love it. I don't want it to go bad. I want to continue to use it until it's completely gone. I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels. It gives your lips just a little bit of color and it just smells really good. It tastes good too. So just in case, probably shouldn't be eating it, but you know, sometimes you do eat it accidentally. But I think it's a really good product. So this is something I know I would purchase again. I think it's absolutely amazing. And then as for concealer this week, I used the Urban Decay Naked Skin. This is the Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. Everybody raves about the Tarte Shape Tape, but I don't really love that one. I think it's okay. It's not that I hate it. It just doesn't work as well for me as what I thought it would, considering all the attention that product got. And I was like, I got it. And I'm like a little bit let down. This one works really, really, really good for me. Can I say really any more times? It does a good job with making the under eyes look brighter. And yet this isn't a very brightening color for me. It covers, it does a good job. It's not drying, it's not overhydrating. It's like the perfect mix of everything, and it's got enough coverage. So this for me is probably my favorite right now besides my NARS. I have a NARS one that I really love, and I can't remember what it is. It's a newer one that I have. But this is really, really good for under my eyes. And then now we're going to move on to the new products for this week. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I have the Too Faced, this is the Shadow Insurance Anti-Crease Shadow Primer. I don't love this because it doesn't help. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to put a primer on my eyelids, it needs to do something besides help to hold the shadow. Because honestly, I don't have a problem with the shadow fading that quickly anyway. I need it to do some coverage. So this one does nothing for coverage for me. So this is actually going out of my collection as well. So we have 2 products leaving this week. We have a lipstick and a primer. Both of those are gone. Now the products I'm using this week is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. I haven't even opened this yet or played with it or anything. So I had that in my, if you guys saw some of my collection videos, it was in the stuff that I haven't used yet. So this is the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. I'm going to be using this week and trying it out and see if I like it or not. And if I don't like it, it's too late to return it, but I'm sure I can pass it on to someone else who would love it more than I do. So I'm going to try that out this week and see how good it is. I like the packaging. It's like almost like tortoise shell. I like the packaging too. It's pretty. Then the other thing I'm going to be using this week is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow. So I'm going to be using this as my highlight and my blush. Although I may have to pull in another blush, and if I do, I have the other Too Faced Sweet Peach blush. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. It should be right here. Fairly easy to grab. Here it is. So I have this one. I'll use this one just in case this blush isn't quite enough for me, because I know I do have a little bit of color onto my skin right now. And so, oops, I'll use this one just in case the other one's not enough. So those are the blushes and highlights that I'm going to be using this week. And then as far as eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So this, like I said, was a recommendation by Diane Rieser. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce your name. Hopefully I didn't mess it up too bad. So you wanted me to use this palette this week, and I am so excited to use it. It smells so good. It smells like, I know everybody says it smells like peach tea, but I've never smelled peach tea. I've smelled the peach body lotion and stuff like that from Bath & Body Works, and that's what it smells like to me, in my opinion. I think it smells like that peach body lotion. It smells very good. Peaches are in season right now, and we live pretty much in the middle of nowhere where there are like apple orchards and peach orchards and things like that. So I've been eating lots of peaches. So I'm going to eat peaches and I'm going to wear peaches. So this is the palette I'm going to be using. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I just think it's so pretty. I love all the colors in here. I don't think that this got a very good reviews because of all the hype that they put out on it. So a lot of people were almost mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think it does. I think it's great. As far as foundation this week, I'm going to be using the Lumene. This is the Bright Now Vitamin C BB cream. So it's not actually a foundation, but when you put it on, it's got pretty good coverage. And this has an SPF of 20 in it. I want to try this out again because I need to either use this or toss it, because I'm trying to, the next thing I need to go through is all my foundations. So I'm going to try it out this week, and if it doesn't work for me, then it's going to get tossed. So anyway, those are the only, oh wait, I lied. That's not it. The lip products I'm going to be using this week, because I kind of want it a little bit of a peachy toned. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay. This is in the shade Liar. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Liar. And then I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Paints in the shade 312, which is also the shade Nude Star. And then also Smashbox in the shade, I have no idea. I don't know what the Smashbox shade is. But all these have a little bit of a peachy, almost pinky tone to them, so I thought they work well with the peach palette. And then of course I'm going to be using the Sweet Peach lip gloss. I'm going to be using that as well. But that is everything I'm going to be testing out for this week, and those are the products that you will see in the Get Ready With Me on Thursday. Let me know what products you're putting in your makeup basket for this week. Let me know. Are you trying out some new things? Or are you going back to old favorites? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.